Good morning from the East Coast to wherever you guys are. My name is SpookieSTL and thank you for joining me on today's video of who am I voting for president, right? Is it Hillary? Is it Trump? Or is it neither? So basically I'm gonna go into why, and I'm gonna say this right now before the video even just starts. Why am I not voting this year? And whether you're a Trump supporter or a Hillary supporter, or if you're undecided like me, I hope that you can understand these views. And a lot of YouTubers don't want to come out and talk about this, but I recently watched a video of H3 Productions and he really hit home on this. Even though, I didn't watch the full video, I watched like half of it because that's just what I do sometimes, because I like to watch a plethora of videos and then come back to a later time. But I just want to explain why. Ew, what is that? What's that? Something was gathering up on my lip. Why am I not voting for this year? So I'm 21 years old, right? And last time the presidential election happened, why am I not voting for this year? So I'm 21 years old, right? And last time the presidential election happened, when it was Mitt Romney and Obama, I couldn't vote because I was still 17. Now I'm 21 and these are the options that I have, okay? I have never been all about politics. I still don't like politics. I don't like America in general, what it's worth, because I'm a college student and I've been to 4 or 3 different colleges and I'm backed up in student loans and all that, and none of those presidents really helped out once at all. You know, they've done great things. Well, one president, Obama, hasn't really done anything for students, I feel like, generally, for myself and others as well. I don't want to vote unless there is seriously a president who's gonna take student education very seriously, because in other countries it's very different. In America it's very terrible. I don't even want to go back to school right away because I'm backed up in loans, and even when I went to community college I still have to pay for stuff. It makes no sense to me. It honestly doesn't. If we're gonna build people, future millennials, for, you know, to be a future president or future doctors or future whatever, we gotta lower the prices of things and we gotta extend our necks and help people out. Why are we, you know, being reprimanded? We're trying to get education. Everybody has to go through, but at the same time, this is what I hate about the world. Everything I literally see in my room, I'm either still paying for or have to pay for in the future, or I have to deal with all this other stuff, and it's like imprisonment. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. And for a place that says, oh, you can be free and you have all these rights and stuff, yeah, we are the freest country and whatever, but you do not feel it. I mean, it is there, but sometimes you do not feel it all the way. And now, other people who are like, yeah, you know what, our amendments are there, this and that, you just don't know what you're talking about, you're just young. Okay, fine, that's okay. But I'm saying I, in this personally, in this time of my life, do not feel any of that. And I feel very backed up, and I feel like none of these people are the options. Let me explain why. I know Hillary wants, I think it's Hillary, wants to do stuff for colleges. I don't know. Like I said, I don't really watch it too much because I just, personally, basically if you vote for that person, it's like either voting for Hillary or Trump, because people are so against it. It's like Trump supporters want you to vote for their person, and Hillary voters want you to vote for her. Like, the whole voting system is just rigged, okay? It's rigged. It's always gonna be rigged. That's just how everything is. So why? For me, personally, I will vote maybe in the later years if I see somebody fighting for it for a really good reason. You know what? And I used to go to a school called Liberty University, and in that university there was a person who announced their presidential candidacy, and that was Cruz or Ted Cruz, whatever. And he announced it and he promised all these things, and look at him now, he's not there, okay? And then you had all these people backing up Bernie who look like idiots now because they all got their Bernie shirts. Yeah, he was just a cool dude trying to be there for the millennials and the youth. Yeah, that was cool. I would, you know, probably, maybe I would have voted for him, whatever. But then he supports Hillary, and then things happen. People fluctuate here and there. That's why I never believe people, because they're always going to be switching sides or commenting on what they believe, okay? Yes, I'm American, I have my rights. Yes, am I taking advantage of it? I'm taking advantage of it of the fullest, of living my life and being able to do what I want to do. There's definitely a lot of opportunities, but at the same time, to what cost are these options to me that I have to be tortured and bullied about, in the sense that people constantly on Facebook are expressing their posts about who you should vote for, why you should vote for them, or why I'm voting for them. Like, it makes no sense to me. I could give two fucking shits less, because honestly, the world is still gonna function the way it's gonna function, alright? Yeah, I could put a number in, but my problem is that honestly, it's just, I don't see them any as president. I don't see any promising things within them, okay? We still got freaking things happening like ISIS, alright? We got all these disasters happening in the world. We still have people that can't really afford healthcare, can't afford insurance. College kids still in student debt, okay? College students like me that don't want to go back to school right away. College students are people that join the military. One, granted, yes, some of them, that is their calling, that's what they want to do. Some of them do it because it's the only option at the time to get out of where they are, okay? Granted, they fit the terms of, you know, whatever it is there, alright? But at the same time, for creators like me, YouTube creators, artists, musicians, and all that, that's the ground I stand for, alright? I want to see outlets. I want to see people extending their necks. I want to see people helping the youth. I want to see somebody who is willing to help the youth, but step forward and say, hey, you know what? And they say that a president cannot do everything at one time in his presidency. That is true, okay? That is true to an extent. But at the same time, we can't sit here because we have places like Paris always getting attacked, or these European countries getting attacked. Nobody wants to get involved. Yes, one potential person wants to get involved, but at the same time, that sets us back as a country. So there's just so much chemistry and so much mathematics behind everything. Honestly, I just really honestly want to see somebody strong, somebody who stays true to their word, and somebody who isn't gonna be like two-faced behind the backs and all this other stuff. But you know what? This is the United States, this is America. We're built upon tons of different things, great things as well as bad things. And honestly, I don't feel like I want to be giving my vote out when honestly it just isn't something that should be given out all the way. People are like, well, if you don't vote, then you know what, it's your fault, whatever. Okay, alright, cool. Just like the other thousands of 2,000s of 3,000 undecided voters. Okay, this year is gonna have the most undecided voters and the most people who don't vote. That says something for our presidential candidacy. And that says something for the next 4 years to come, okay? We need better people out there, okay? Millennials, if you're watching this, if you live in the United States, alright? For my people, my subs and friends and everybody that lives across the United States and European countries, I don't know how your places works, how your government works, but I hope it's a lot better than how the United States goes at times. But let me say this, okay? America is great, America is fun. There's nothing wrong with it. Personally, I will not be living in America all my life. In the next 10 to 5 years, I hope to be moving out of the United States somewhere else, okay? Because personally, I like the idea of living somewhere else. I've lived in Los Angeles, I've lived in New Jersey, I lived everywhere, the South, the East, the West, and I just have not found any happiness within any of those places. I just know the work is here. But I'm not afraid to take chances, and that's something that I've always had in my heart. And you guys should have in your heart too. Never be afraid to take chances, okay? So this is why, I don't know if I really stated anything truly, but let me just recap. I want somebody who's gonna be there for the youth, and somebody who's gonna be strong and step up when needed if anything ever happens to us. But it has to be willing to listen to the people and come to terms and, you know, like, not reprimand us, alright, for trying to get education or healthcare or insurance or all these different things. Like, we shouldn't have to be, you know, it's this stupid shit that goes on sometimes in the world. That's not everything, so people are gonna say, you don't know anything about politics, you know anything? Yeah, I don't know anything truly about politics, but I know about life and about millennials and what we want and what we're looking for in the future. These old fucking hags, come on now. It might have worked like back in the day, but today it's not gonna fly. So, my name is SpookieSTL, and this is why I am not voting this year. Maybe in the next 4 years, maybe I might, you know, look back in this video and like, oh my gosh, my one vote didn't work. Oh my gosh, now the world is going to shit. Maybe, but I personally don't think so. So this is the reason why I'm not voting, and that's pretty much it, guys. Don't be afraid to share your opinions and express your views and stuff in your videos, your life. Don't be bullied by people, okay? Don't be afraid, step up. You have a voice and be willing to use that voice. Because you know what, in the end of the day, voices have power. Words have a lot more power than you think. That's why we have presidential leaders, that's why we have captains, that's why we have CEOs, that's why we have managers, you know, bosses. Voice. Voice comes from within, and that'll be a topic for another day. I love you guys. My name is SpookieSTL, and at the end of the day, guys, don't forget to share the love. What?